Hello, and I welcome you to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we would be discussing daily prelims MCQs from The Hindu, Indian Express, and PIB. So let's begin. First question. Consider the following statements regarding Sati Portal. Statement 1. Sati is an initiative of Ministry of Social Justice. Second, it has been launched to give students a learning and assessment platform at no cost. Third statement, the portal uses artificial intelligence to interact with students and can be customized to each student's pace of learning. Which of the statements given above is or are not correct? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So what is the full form of the SATI acronym? SATI stands for Self-Assessment Test and Help for Entrance Exam. Self-Assessment Test and Help for Entrance Exam. So the full form denotes that it is something related to education. So Sati is an initiative of Ministry of Education. It is not an initiative of Ministry of Social Justice. It is an initiative of Ministry of Education. So statement 1 is incorrect. Coming to second statement, it has been launched to give students a learning and assessment platform at no cost. A second statement is correct because Sati Portal provides a platform where students can give tests and assess themselves at free of cost. Coming to third statement, this statement is correct because this portal uses artificial intelligence to interact with students with the help of an AI chatbot where it would interact with students and help them to meet their learning needs. Statement 3 is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are not correct? First statement is incorrect. So option A, 1 only, is the correct answer. So Sati is an initiative by Ministry of Education in association with IIT Kanpur. So Ministry of Education has urged the states that all states need to encourage the aspirants in those states to utilize this newly launched Sati portal for preparing for their entrance examination. That's why it has been in the news. Sati has been launched to give students a free learning and assessment platform. And this portal uses artificial intelligence to interact with students. And Sati portal has an integrated AI chatbot that will help students to align their learning needs. And this initiative is in line with National Educational Policy 2020 with the goal to provide inclusive and high quality education even to remotest parts of the country. Moving forward, next question. Consider the following statements regarding International Tropical Timber Organization, ITTO. ITTO was established under the Paris Peace Agreement and negotiated under the auspices of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is UNFCCC. ITTO headquarters is located in Japan. ITTO facilitates funding for forestry projects which are binding for tropical timber producing countries. Fourth statement, India is a member of the organization. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, and all 4. Coming to statement 1, the ITTO was established under Paris Peace Agreement negotiated under the auspices of the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So this statement is incorrect because ITTO was established under International Tropical Timber Agreement, not under Paris Peace Agreement. It is established under International Tropical Timber Agreement under the guidance of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, not under United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So statement 1 is incorrect. Coming to second statement, its headquarters are located in Japan. Yes, statement 2 is correct. Coming to third statement, ITTO facilitates funding for forestry projects which are binding for tropical timber producing countries. So this organization is facilitating funding for forestry projects for protection of the tropical forests, but this is not binding on tropical timber producing countries. Rather, the fundings are voluntary. The member countries would voluntarily contribute to the ITTO organization. It is not binding on them to provide fund to this organization. So statement 3 is incorrect. Coming to fourth statement, this is correct because India is a member of this organization. So how many of the statements given above are correct? Only 2 of them were correct. Option B is the correct answer. So recently, 59th International Tropical Timber Council was concluded on November 17th, 2023. So that's why ITTO is in news. So this ITTO is an intergovernmental organization. It is an intergovernmental organization for promoting sustainable management, restoration, and conservation of the tropical forests, and also to facilitate trade in tropical forest resources as well. So it was established under International Tropical Timber Agreement 1983, negotiated under the guidance of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. This is important. It began its operations in 1987 and its headquarters are located in Yokohama, Japan. ITTO will facilitate funding for forestry projects in tropical timber producing countries, and all the projects are funded by voluntary contributions from the governments. It's not binding. These are voluntary contributions from the member countries. India is the member of this organization. Next question. Project collaboration agreement recently seen in news is signed between option A, Ministry of Ayush and World Health Organization. Option B, Ministry of Commerce and Industry and World Trade Organization. Option C, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and World Health Organization. Option D, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So the correct answer is Ministry of Ayush and World Health Organization. So project collaboration agreement is signed between Ministry of Ayush and World Health Organization. Why? To bridge the gap between traditional and complementary medical system with the mainstream national health system. Okay, to bring the traditional medical systems at global level, to bring it at par with national health system. So it is a key initiative that is outlined in the Traditional Medicine Global Strategy 2025 to 2034, which is to be prepared by World Health Organization with the support of Ministry of Ayush. So what is the objective of this project collaboration agreement? First objective is to standardize the traditional and complementary medical system by incorporating their quality and safety aspects into the national health system and helping to spread these practices on an international scale. Second one, another objective is to strengthen the training and practice in the field of the complementary medicine system, especially in the Siddha medicine. And along with this, it will formulate guidelines for listing of the traditional and complementary medicines, and it will formulate the safety protocols and related efforts regarding traditional and complementary medicines. The Ministry of Ayush, in collaboration with World Health Organization, will also develop an international herbal pharmacopoeia, which is focusing on herbs found in Southeast Asia, because these herbs have some therapeutic and medicinal benefits. So overall, it was about, the objective was to standardize the traditional and complementary medical systems along with the modern health systems. Next question, consider the following statements about Narmada River. It flows through Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat before falling into Gulf of Kutch. Second statement, the Andhar Falls in the state of Madhya Pradesh is located on the Narmada River. Third, Tava River is the longest tributary of the Narmada River. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. Coming to statement 1, the Narmada River will flow through Madhya Pradesh. Yes, it will also flow through Maharashtra, and it also flows through Gujarat before it falls into Gulf of Kambat, not Gulf of Kutch. So this Narmada River will fall into the Gulf of Kambat, not Gulf of Kutch, and it flows through Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. Statement 1 is incorrect. Coming to second statement, this is correct because Dhuandhar Falls is located on the Narmada River. Coming to third statement, the Tava River is the longest tributary of the Narmada River. Yes, statement 3 is correct. The Tava River is the left tributary of the Narmada River, and it is one of the longest tributary of the Narmada. So how many of the statements given above are correct? Only 2 of them were correct. Option B is the right answer. So why Narmada River has been in the news? Because a division bench of Madhya Pradesh High Court recently granted time to the state government of Madhya Pradesh to present in the court the guidelines for urban and rural areas through which the Narmada River flows in the Madhya Pradesh state regarding the construction activities in the vicinity of the Narmada River. So Narmada River is also known as Rewa River. It is a traditional boundary between North and South India. It is originated from the Amarkantak peak of Maikal Mountains. It drains a large area in Madhya Pradesh and besides some areas in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat before it flows into Gulf of Kambat. And this is a west flowing river which flows through a rift valley between the Vindhyan range on the north and Satpura range on the south. And the river has a numerous waterfalls. Among them, the most important one is Dhuandhar waterfalls. So some of the important tributaries of Narmada River were coming to right tributaries. Important tributaries were Hiran, Tendori, Barna, Kolar, Man, Uri, Hatni, and Orsang. Coming to left tributaries, Barnar, Banjar, Sher, Shakar, Dudi, Tava. Tava is the longest tributary of the Narmada River. Then Ganjal, Chota Tava, Kundi, Goi, and Karjan. These are the left tributaries of the Narmada River. Next question, consider the following countries: Kuwait, Russia, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Venezuela. How many of the above countries are the founding members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC? How many of the above countries are the founding members of the OPEC? Only 2, only 3, only 4, all 5. So there are 5 founding members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. They were Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. Sorry, it is not United Arab Emirates. It is Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. So the 5 founding members of the OPEC were Iran, Iraq, then Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. Russia and UAE are not the founding members of the OPEC. So how many of the above countries are the founding members of the OPEC? Only 3 of them were the founding members. Option B is the correct answer. So why OPEC has been in the news? OPEC Plus, that is Organization for Petroleum Exporting Countries, and its allies, which constitute OPEC Plus, are likely to extend and deepen oil supply cuts into the next year. So in this context, we'll study briefly about the OPEC. So who are the founding members of the OPEC? First of all, OPEC was founded in Baghdad in 1960 by Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. Presently, its headquarters are in Vienna, Austria. But during the first 5 years of its existence, that is from 1960 to 1965, its headquarters are in Geneva, Switzerland. But now It has moved to Vienna, Austria. What is the objective of the OPEC? So OPEC aims to bring uniform petroleum policies among the member countries and to stable the prices of the petroleum and to ensure stable supply of the petroleum to the consuming nations, and also to meet the set oil production targets. This is the objective of the OPEC. So there are 13 members of the OPEC. They were Venezuela, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Republic of Congo, Angola, Nigeria, Algeria, Libya. Then Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, UAE, Saudi Arabia. So these were the 13 member countries of OPEC. So membership is open to any country that is a substantial exporter of the oil. So these OPEC nations, these 13 nations produce about 30% of the world's crude oil. Among them, Saudi Arabia is the biggest single oil supplier, and it will produce more than 10 million barrels a day. Now, what is OPEC Plus? In the year 2016, in response to sudden fall in oil prices, which was driven by the increase in USA shale oil output, OPEC has signed an agreement with 10 other oil producing countries to create OPEC Plus. That is OPEC Plus and its allies form OPEC Plus organization. OPEC Plus now includes 13 OPEC member countries, along with Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Brunei, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Mexico, Oman, Russia, South Sudan, and Sudan. So this OPEC Plus countries produce about 40% of all the world's crude oil, whereas OPEC countries will produce 30% of the world's crude oil. OPEC Plus will produce about 40% of all the world's crude oil. So by this, we are concluding this session. I hope this session was helpful to you. Thank you.